So I'm reaching the closing stages of my coffee table project, and I'm going to shoot a very quick video just to show you how I'm going to finish it. This is going to be a delicate piece of furniture, so I don't need some really heavy-duty protective finish. My preferred finish is always shellac or shellac in combination with something, oil, wax, whatever. So to start with, the base of the table, let me see if I can just show you. The base is over there, oops, let me get my finger, where is it? There, that's the base. That's solid cherry, and the legs here are also solid cherry. And the top is mahogany veneered. So, what I want to do, because the mahogany is darker, I want to in some way bring the cherry closer to the mahogany in color. So this is garnet shellac, it's quite a lot of it, and that's what I've used on the legs and the base here. And of course cherry will darken over time. So my first coat, I typically brush it on, then I sand it with 500 grit paper. I'm not sanding the wood, I'm actually just sanding the shellac. I usually brush on 2 coats, quite thick, and then I sand it back, and then I come in with a pad, and here's my pad, and I just go by hand and finish that. So that is done now. Now if it feels rough to the touch after it dries, I'll come in again with 500 grit and I'll do another padded coat. But typically that's where I'll leave it. Over to the base, the top, excuse me. Here's the top. Now with the top, again, I brushed on orange shellac. So garnet went on the legs and the base. And just to show you, this is amazing quality shellac, which I buy locally here. The flakes are just fantastic, and the mix, I don't know if you can tell, but the jar is dirty, but the mix is so clear. Anyway, that's orange shellac, and I brush on a coat, and with a veneer like this, you've got areas where the pores, the grain is open and so on. You want to fill those pores. So what I then do is I come in with a random orbit sander with minimal dust extraction, 500 grit paper, and I sand it, and it leaves this dust here. I don't know if you can pick that up, but it leaves this dust, and that dust is not wood dust, it's the shellac being cut back. Then what I do is I use my pad here, a couple of drops there, and is this in camera? Yeah. What I'm doing now is I'm forcing that dust into the pores, and it acts like wood filler, and it's going to make a really smart round to a fresh area. A table like this, I start from the middle, I work my way out. So a couple more drops here on the pad, and inside here I've got some cheesecloth, and I'm working and I'm watching that dust, that shellac dust. It's essentially being redissolved and filling the pores, and I'm using quite a lot of pressure here, and I'm just going to keep working my way around until this is finished. And it looks disastrous when you sand it, and what have I done to this, what have you done to this table that you spent hours and hours on, and then the shellac just explodes it. It's fantastic. So what can I say? Shellac is just an amazing finish. Get a close-up of this area here. Here I've got some very open grain, some tear out. It's not really tear out, it's just the way the veneer is. And the shellac dust has settled in these pores. Now I'm going to get my pad, a few drops here, and I'm going to, with a lot of pressure, I'm going to work that dust in there. And on the deeper pores, I'm going to have to keep going backwards and forwards, and I use a circular motion, so you know, the pad doesn't get bogged down. But I think you can see here it's very deep. Like there, you just keep going until it's filled in. And the circular motion means that you're going cross grain with the grain, you know, whichever direction is needed to fill it, it gets done. So I'll just keep working away on this. I've only been doing this for about 20 minutes, so it's a very quick process. And then you leave it, come back in an hour or two, and see what needs to be done the next stage. Maybe some more coats of shellac. Same thing on the edge here. This is solid cherry, hand sanded, and again this time I'm using the garnet shellac, darker than the orange shellac, just to bring it in like this. And it's so easy, so fast. No dust mask, no equipment really. And it's a very forgiving finish. Can't really go wrong. I mixed my own shellac solution, but I couldn't tell you what proportion I use. I just sort of know what looks good when I shake it around. I would imagine it's 1-to-1 cut, something like that. Okay, so I think I'm done. I'll come back maybe later this afternoon and see if there are any areas which need addressing. Thanks for watching.